And then you got to ask yourself why. Why would anybody use poisonous snakes as a murder weapon?
Maybe it's symbolic. I mean, serpents and religion have gone hand in hand. They've represented the temptation of Eve, original sin. They've been feared and hated throughout history as they've been thought to embody Satan, to serve evil itself.
Maybe these ones actually do.
These particular serpents actually were serving evil? Are you going to type that on our travel request?
No.
The topic of this video is the Demon Reptilian program. They serve us! In this video, I'm going to explain that the demon or reptilian agenda that has become the truth to many people may not be as it seems. A lot of information on the reptilians suggests that they're from off-planet and are here to conquer, remove, or enslave the human race. I think that for many people who have woken up to them tend to believe that anyone producing information on them has a large amount of credibility because they are supposedly exposing these non-human entities. I have explained previously that many in the conspiracy realm exposing occult information, be they public speakers, website hosters, and even fellow YouTube channels, may be reptilians themselves, and perhaps not all of them are evil or bad. I will share with you another aspect of this from my perspective. What if these serpents are stuck here just as we are? Maybe stuck isn't the right word, but I believe that they have been placed here and didn't happen to come here from the Draco system or Orion or wherever it is that these truthers and channelers say. I'm going to bring up the case that perhaps they're here and have been here to serve us.
I hate this place. This zoo, this prison, this reality, whatever you want to call it. I can't stand it any longer. I must get out of here. I must get free.
The reason that I believe they are not connected to their extraterrestrial family is because they don't seem to have any actual extraterrestrial technology. If you have technology that could be, as a guesstimate, 1 trillion years advanced, and that's just monodimensional thinking, why does all the tools they seem to be using against us seem to be barely, if at all, more advanced than what we're using now? If they wanted to spray the people with poisons or control the ionosphere for this HARP or Project Bluebeam without us knowing, why don't they use some super inviso cloak to hide what looks like your modern day planes and to hide the chemtrails that so many people are now aware of? Why don't they have some other dimensional anti-gravity hovering invisible frequency range plasma denullifying quantum Prothean devices and instead pumping out these things that I call doomsday towers all over the place? From the point of view from an advanced alien race, even these things I'm pointing out are extremely primitive ways to get things done. The thing is, we cannot begin to comprehend what kinds of technology that an extraterrestrial race would hold. These entities are not as big and powerful as many claim they are. I believe that they are terrestrial and are nothing to be afraid of because they have rules or a program that they must follow.
I've seen an agent punch through a concrete wall. Men have emptied entire clips at them and hit nothing but air. Yet their strength and their speed are still based in a world that is built on rules. Because of that, they will never be as strong or as fast as you can be.
To figure out why they are here, let's see where it is that we usually find them. The most notable places where you find these people are in the entertainment and news industries, in big business, in politics, basically in any realm where they have the ability to influence the masses of the people. The message that these entities seem to be promoting is that greed is good, that war is glorious, that vanity is something worth fighting for, that fame is the ultimate story of success. They are tempters, nothing more. They tempt us with the illusions of money, sex, fame, and whatever else they can use to entrap you into thinking materialistically. Those filthy scumbuckets!
You filthy scumbucket!
The whole system on this planet seems to be based on keeping us attached to their illusions, but only enough to allow us to break out of it and see the errors of our ways. What I'm saying is that if you look at the demons or reptilians from a larger point of view, then perhaps they're not quite the bad guys as we're being manipulated to believe.
So what I told you was true, from a certain point of view.
A certain point of view?
Luke, you're going to find that many of the truths we cling to depend greatly on our own point of view.
I've come across a lot of people who believe that they're learning about these demons or reptilians in order to fight them. Many people seem to think of themselves as some kind of reptilian destroying warriors, and I will show you how people are being manipulated into thinking this way. Why do people think there's this war against the reptilians? If you have a look for yourself, you will find that many movies and other sources of entertainment depict the reptiles as the main antagonist. People are being manipulated into thinking of these entities as the boogeymen, something that they don't understand and therefore something to be afraid of. The TV show V and its remake are perfect examples of what I'm speaking about. To many, these shows depict what is really going on in the world, and there appears to be a lot of evidence to support this case. But perhaps this evidence was supposed to hit the alternative media. The alternative media, which gets into the subject, strongly paints them as an invincible force of evil. In addition, these Pleiadian and other extraterrestrial teachings claim exactly that. They claim that there's this ancient war of humans versus reptilians, reptilians being the bad guys. All the while, people are being manipulated to think that they need to fight for what is right.
What are we holding on to, Sam? There's some good in this world, Mr. Fertile. And it's worth fighting for.
So get out your axe and start hacking away.
Oh, there's gonna be more violence! I hate violence! You gotta go in there and beat them up!
Do you remember the cartoons that we watched when we were younger? There's one thing that repeats over and over again, and that is the idea that we must fight literally in the physical sense for what is right. The same theme carries on to most television shows and many books and movies. The main antagonist of most of these is almost always a very bad guy, and the right thing to do is to fight the bad guy to the death. That dying, trying to fight the bad guys is the ultimate sacrifice. What if the antagonist in these shows only appeared to be evil, and was completely misunderstood? Who would be the bad guy then?
Is that the best you can do?
There's plenty more where that came from, you overgrown seafood platter!
You're the ones about to be cooked! Let's blast the mutants!
What?
He's got a power blaster!
Fire!
They're not evil to be evil. There's no ancient human versus reptilian war. They're not here to take over the planet. They're not here to put us underground and devour us. We've been manipulated into thinking this way. I picture them more like the Borg. They don't have free will because they run off a program. That program may seem a sinister one, but the purpose of it is to serve us. The reptilians, demons, or archons, whatever you want to call them, are here to serve us. They are giving us true free will, and they are giving us an actual choice between good and evil as a path to follow that wouldn't be available without all this manipulation. They're giving us a chance to see evil in action, understand it, and learn from it. In the Bible, God sent the serpent to tempt Eve and Adam, not to eat them. So from this understanding, we can see why there is so much evil in the world. From the factory farming to the starving children to the greed, the lust, the vanity, it's all one big setup to allow us to learn from it and give us the conscious choice on whether to go with it or not. Those of us who have consciously chosen to use our free will not and cannot be interfered with on a physical level. Those of us who believe that there is a war against them and have chosen to fight in it may experience exactly that. They have fallen for their illusion and have become part of it. Things are never as we're told. I've been critical of the speakers, especially those in the conspiracy realm, and I believe for good reason. They pretend to know what's really going on, just as our teachers, preachers, and politicians pretend to know the truth. They're part of the manipulation, and it must be this way. I didn't make this video to tell you what's real and what's not. For all I know, the human race could be the main ingredient for some huge extraterrestrial planetary fast food chain, but until we know for sure, I'd say it's best to stop pointing our fingers at everyone or everything we don't understand. We are ready to stop playing the victim.
Help! Somebody help! Help!
People are being manipulated into believing the future is something to be feared, and that these serpents are something to be afraid of. It's okay to not know who runs the world. It's okay to not know what's going to happen in the future. It's okay to not know these entities or their agenda. It's okay to not know anything. In fact, I highly recommend it because knowing is not of this density.
No one laughs at a master of quack fu and